Conscious collaboration brings together entrepreneurs, changemakers, and thought leaders. We aim to highlight the people that embody the idea of aligned mind, body, and business. Each week, we share, discuss, and learn from the various experiences and ideas of our guest experts. Through our discovery, we find a path to an aligned mind, body, and business.
Hi guys, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Emily, better known as Shmemily on my on my YouTube intro today. I don't know what got into me, but we're rolling with the Shmemily identity. Maybe it's my other twin identity.
Yeah.
And happy January 21st to the people of the future.
Right. What's it like on January 21st? Finally got some
episodes in the bank.
Yes, we're getting back on track. Oh my gosh. I saw the funniest thing on social media yesterday, because yesterday was like back to the office. You know, I'm going back in time, people, for the 21st, but yesterday was back to the office for most people.
Like Back to the Future.
Yeah, Back to the Future. And I saw the funniest, like, I don't know, I might have sent it to you, but it was like a graphic that said, "Oh my God, they're circling back," and then it had Jaws music playing, and because everybody like came back after the holidays and they circled back, and boom,
so much circling back. I love the genre of memes and reels that is about like revamping the corporate email language. Those are pretty hilarious.
I love those. Yeah, I know. I do like that. I do love corporate speak. I think it's fun. That was one of the things I enjoyed and miss, and I still get to use it on occasion.
Per my last email.
Yeah. And I love it when instead of people signing off when they're angry at you, when they send best, comma, you're like, they hate you. Yeah, I got one of those.
I didn't know that one. I think we say
best, comma. I got one recently. I was asking for a quote on something, and I had to ask them to redo the quote on the product because I specified a material that I wanted to update, and which caused extra work for them to redo. And I got the best, comma, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're mad at me. And I wanted to reply. It was like a otherwise very friendly, "Here's your updated quote." And I wanted to reply and be like, "What did I do?"
No, you reply with, "Bless your heart."
Bless your heart. Yeah.
The Southerners been doing that since.
Yes. Oh, bless your heart. Yes, I know, sweetie.
Well, there's a couple versions of that. There's like, you can mean it, but a lot of times it's more of like the passive aggressive version. It
is, and that is a Southern thing, and I learned that right away when I moved down here. I was like, oh my gosh, that they really say that, like,
or like,
in that manner.
God love her.
Right. She's not the brightest bulb in the tanning bed.
God love her.
I don't know if you saw, but over the weekend I was on my kick of like clearing out all of a sudden, like everybody is. I put away my Christmas decorations, and then I was doing like housework and yard work and stuff, and I was blowing out the garage because I got, I had some leaves that blew in there, and I saw something not moving, and it was a baby tortoise. So I took a picture of the baby tortoise. I don't know if you saw this on my Facebook, but I took a picture of the baby tortoise and I reverse image searched it. And it is an African tortoise that can grow up to 100 pounds.
The hell did it get here?
Well, it was someone's pet. A lot of people have them as pets.
Oh, and it escaped?
It escaped, I guess, or either someone, so my neighbor next door.
Put up a wanted poster? I guess it wouldn't be a wanted poster.
No, before the hurricane.
A lost poster.
Wanted this criminal tortoise. Yertle, the turtle. Anyway, so my neighbor that it would be hard to describe for you, on the corner next to me, she had a tortoise sanctuary with giant tortoises in it many years ago. And they would crawl underneath the fence and end up in my yard. And I'd be like, oh my God, a dinosaur in my yard. It was so wonderful, but I knew it was hers, so I would send it back. Well, before the hurricanes hit, was it last year? Yeah, last year, the year before last. She came in my yard and was walking around calling for her tortoise that had got out. And so either
called.
Yes, they know.
Really?
Yeah, they know their owners and stuff. They can recognize faces, and they're very like personable as far as animals go, like very friendly. And anyway, she never found, and I don't know if she was missing her giant tortoises or not, but long story short, I thought like either these tortoises are getting out and they're procreating, or someone's pet escaped, like a little baby. But I put it on Facebook, and all my neighbors, in my little neighborhood activated and started looking, whose tortoise is this? So, of course, the kids want us to keep the tortoise. I'm fostering it right now. I love him. I did not name him because it could be someone's lost pet. He's super friendly. He's eating spinach right now.
I was going to ask, do you feed him lettuce?
Yeah, they eat all the greens. They're like very easy to care for, and they grow very fast. So this is a very baby. It's like smaller than the palm of my hand. So I don't know, maybe there are giant turtles, like tortoises, having babies in the neighborhood. That would go great with the peacocks and the iguanas. And anyway, but so for now, I'm fostering him or her, and I secretly hope no one is missing him because now I love him. And
do you see iguanas there?
I have not, but I've heard of pet iguanas in the neighborhood, and actually
them in South Florida in the wild, but
they are. I think there's a different type of reptile on the Tampa side that is quite vicious. That's kind of like it hisses and it could hurt you. And it's kind of like a monitor. It's kind of like a monitor lizard. You could Google it.
Oh yeah, one of the dragon.
But they're quite vicious, and those have made it to Tampa. They haven't made it across the bridge to here. But anyway, I think there are some pet iguanas that people have let go around here, is what I hear. Not like South Florida and Key West where they fall out of trees when it's freezing. It's like
a
smaller population. Anyway, so that's Florida life. I love that guy, and I forget his name. The guy
that's it's Wicks.
Yeah, OMG, it's Wicks.
OMG, it's Wicks. I don't know his actual name, but that's his handle. And yeah, he's
I started talking like him now, and it makes my day so much better. Yeah, what's going on over here?
What's going on over here? Let me catch it on my flip phone.
Right.
Yeah, he's the best.
So many bizarre things happen every day. That's so true, and I like how he like introduces the Publix meal and really stuff.
Yeah, he's always eating like something out of a Publix container. And he's got the Florida look. He's got the dreads. And
he like shuffles up in his Crocs and tie dye and stuff. What's going on here?
Florida.
Yeah, I love that. I think he's adorable, and it made me realize. So I've been hearing a lot of things about.
You should manifest him as a podcast guest.
Yeah, it would be that'd be great because it ties in with a lot of what we talk about. Like we talked about lucky girl syndrome, and we've talked about, trying to find like the good, like seeking out the good in every part of your day so you're always looking for that, and manifesting positivity, like training your mind to think in that way. But the way his mind is trained is to look for the weird, which is very fun.
The most Florida
yes
that ever happened.
He walks through his life looking for the most Florida weirdness that he can find, and he really does find it. Mm-hmm. And so I think that kind of would be an interesting topic if we could attract him on.
Well, and it's one of these things. I feel like I can relate to this sentiment my entire life, and I'm going to get a little goofy philosophical here, but
okay.
Like if states have personalities, right? Which they do. Let's be honest, they do. And I'm from Louisiana. I live in Florida, and I feel like these are both places that people make fun of, and rightfully so to a large degree, right? Like crazy people are crazy here, crazy things happen. But at the same time, like those same people, like they want to enjoy, all the gifts that both of our respective states have to offer, which are many. I mean, Florida, for all its faults, which it has many, is like, I mean, there's a reason I've lived here for over 20 years. It's beautiful. It's gotten much more expensive over the years, but it's still, you know, relative to other sort of coastal areas and stuff, with the exception of maybe Miami, which has always been expensive. It's still relatively, like, if you compare it to like California, for example, it's still, way more affordable.
It's getting up there now that everybody's moved here.
Yeah, but we're still, I think, with taxes and everything, I mean, it's still more accessible. I think being a nurse and a single mom in California would still be a lot harder.
Yeah.
Or the quality of life would be less, kind of thing. But the point is, there's a lot of gifts, and then same with Louisiana. Like for all its faults, of which it has many, like in New Orleans in particular, like for all the shit you could talk about New Orleans, and it's stinky in some places, and the crime and whatever, and but people love it. People love it, and they want to come take advantage of all the amazing culture and music and food and art and people and personalities that it has to offer, and then they'll just go and kind of talk shit about it. So I don't know, that whole tangent was just to say, like even for all its goofiness, it's like I'm
the weirdness is an attraction
to like defend it.
Yeah, well,
like, talk your shit, see you on spring break, buddy.
Right. Well, I was thinking along the lines of, just to tie it back to some of the content we've been talking about, is like, if two states could be authentic in the most weird way, it's those. Off the top of my head, and that makes them very magnetic, because they're like wearing who they are very proudly. And so the weirdness is a great attractor, and it does shake you out of like Groundhog's Day monotony to live in a place with unique culture and surprising weirdness. And they celebrate things in their own way and create, their own rituals and holidays and secret things that you might only know about if you are a resident. And I think that's cool, because I don't know, does every state have that?
I mean, let's not pretend that people can't act crazy and weird in Ohio, right? Or or whatever, Nebraska. They just have
they're milder
and not as
very reserved,
not as much of a variety of wildlife to sort of use as props and headlines with it. But at the end of the day, when you wake up and you look around and weird shit's going on in Ohio, you're still in Ohio. So
yeah,
take your pick, I guess. But and you can talk shit. It's a free country, but sort of. you can talk shit, but we see you. We see you talking shit and then proceeding to come visit or even move here.
Yeah. It's true. And I think those little reels that OMG It's Wix does is like, it's attracting people and like, what's going on over here? Like, it's like creative.
You have to own it. And I think that's a good metaphor for just life in general, and what I've come to call like the Eminem effect, where how in 8 Mile he just lays all his his faults and issues and problems out on the table. So there's nothing for the other guy to really say, because he already said it himself.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
Lighthearted self-deprecation that's like, well, what are you gonna say now?
There you have it.
Yeah, but I am.
I've heard that's a lot of the message for 2026 too, as we progress into what this is going to look like, and I'm not even going to try to pretend that I can nail it down, but a lot of the themes of that whole fire horse energy and like that forward momentum, and as we advance into structures and systems changing and what that looks for us in a society, is finding what your like, oh, we even have a previous episode from when we started, but like finding what your weird is and making that your system.
Yeah. Like find your idiot, find your genius. Yeah.
It comes to you easy. But like this, it's a little bit more than idiot. It's like what makes you stand out. Like what makes people go like curious, like what is going on here?
Yeah. Leverage it. Leverage it, embrace it. It helps you stand out. It helps you feel relatable. And you can't be authentic by trying to be authentic. Then that takes you out of the authenticity. So if you just, that's a way to be authentic without being like, I am being authentic now. The people who turn on their camera phones, who have a good cry session on the internet, like, is that really authentic? Is that what you would do if you were authentically crying?
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want me to like, we should record if one of us ever starts crying so we can capture that. No.
If you whipped out a camera phone when I started crying,
you would,
things would not go well.
Oh my gosh. So speaking of, I had the cutest moment this morning. I took the kids to school rather early, and this will all come back together. I promise. But I took the kids to school rather early because one of them had like an obligation, like a team and thing that they're on. And so Benjamin, my youngest, I noticed that he wakes up in the morning immediately talking and talks all day and then until nighttime. And it's like one continuous conversation that he like just picks up. So I was able, like while in the car waiting for the school to actually open for the rest of the children besides the club, he was just on his like conversation, just like, training his train of thought. And so unbeknownst to him, I captured the most adorable recording of him just rambling on, like not even taking a breath, like just continuously. And I'm going to pick it up later in the day. But it's that stream of consciousness, much like our podcast.
That is what we do. That is what we do.
It's a stream of consciousness that helps you to process things together. And there is a method in that craziness, allowing yourself to free flow, talk and think and process it out. And then in effect, then you are able to identify things and then solve problems. And I think the motivation behind what he's doing is constantly planning for his birthday or Christmas. Yeah. So he's, continually, he's planting seeds.
Those are days, man.
and Halloween as well too.
True.
Yeah, and also Easter is like the same. It's like spring Halloween to him. So
we're using our children's wisdom now. Olivia shared with me, it must have been yesterday. So they had them doing vision boards in school for 2026, and they're working on them again today. She was like, I can't wait to finish my vision board.
That's awesome.
She had it is pretty cool. The teacher had them choose a word that they wanted to focus on for 2026.
Love
And
that.
Olivia said hers was power. I was like, that's fire.
At the Conscious Collaboration Podcast, we are proud affiliates of Atapa medical grade red light therapy devices. Red light therapy boasts a long list of clinically proven benefits, many that I and many of my clients have experienced firsthand. You can be sure that you'll be able to train harder, recover faster, and sleep better with Atapa Red Light Therapy. Visit myatapa.com, myatapa.com, or use the link in our Instagram bio to shop with the code COLLAB15, that's COLLAB 15, for a discount on your device.
And then I told her about the fire horse thing.
Yeah.
That's very, aligned with of the year. And so she was hyped about that. And I thought that was really insightful. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I love that. So mainstream, to see people, using that concept of vision boarding, just it's so much. I don't know. We didn't do that in school. I mean, I didn't do that in school. No,
we didn't. We would cut out like magazine pictures and make collages sometimes. But
yeah, but they had no like organized intention behind trying to like bring something into our lives. I think that's really great.
I'm not sure what age her teacher is, but she's on the younger side. So
okay. Well, there we go. That's evidence. That's reassuring about the younger generations coming into be teachers and doctors.
Aggressive, the way they operate. I've really appreciated.
Yeah, I like that. What do you say we wrap it up and maybe like pull a single card?
Yeah.
Today. Okay. I don't know. I can't stop doing two. So if two comes out, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, we'll see what the message is, and that two came out. I'm just gonna take the first one and the second one and see, put a bow on it. After completion and then moving forward with great vigor. It's still the same. So
great vigor, man.
Great vigor is still
power and fire force and all that.
I mean, this is how many weeks shifting. So we're hexagram 63 after completion, shifting into 34, great vigor. And that great vigor has been with us for a couple weeks. Maybe it's refining. Yeah, I mean, I love how all of this is so affirming and lining up with just, the indications that we're seeing everywhere. It's so comforting at a time when everything feels so chaotic to like see these patterns. Okay. And, like the tortoise that wandered into my yard that I hope stays with me. A lot of our calendar systems, the Bagua map, all of those were influenced by patterns in nature, including the backs of a tortoise shell and like the markings that are there. So I don't know, as I like researched a little bit about like what that tortoise would mean as like a spirit animal in my since it appeared to me. So like what a dream come true.
A very grounding energy too, maybe to complement that like forward moving fire horse, wow.
And also just like always carrying your home with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so much there, but so after completion, it's a fine irony that after the completion of a project or grand enterprise, there is still so much to do. Completion is merely a pause in the cycle of creation and decay. A moment still points for the swinging pendulum of life. One image of after completion is that of a kettle of water boiling over fire. When the forces are balanced, the water boils properly, and when the pot is too full and it boils over and puts out the fire. So as we talk about fire energy, if the fire is too hot for too long, it'll evaporate the water. Oh, the lessons. So what is incomplete should be brought to fruition without delay, and then take satisfaction upon completion and enjoy a sense of fulfillment, but do not linger too long on endings. Interesting. Yeah. So telling that story, and then the interpersonal change line here. If a kind of stagnation has seeped into the current situation because of past success, your talents may be hidden by these circumstances or by the efforts of those in possession of power. When this happens, it is important to avoid attracting attention to yourself through immodest behavior. No feet pictures. I'm just kidding. Just be patient. It's so hard to be patient. That which is rightfully yours cannot be denied in the end. Ooh, that's good. So if anyone's feeling any kind of stagnation right now as we're shifting into fire horse energy, patience, don't be grasping for straws. Don't resort to anything immodest that you might regret. Yeah, I mean, looking at this, it's pretty stable energy from what we've been experiencing, just like a little bit of tweaks here and there. Whether rich or poor, nothing is more important than sincerity, modesty, and honesty in whatever is offered. So as we talked about authenticity and being completely honest in who you are and wearing that proudly. Yeah. And then great vigor, we've talked about it at length, but if anything jumps out at me, I'll just tie it up. Tie this up with a bow, and we can get on about our day, because even though we completed a task, there's so much to be done. So as a reminder, this is a great energy that we're moving towards, and it starts with a congratulations for having this vigor. It's very satisfying to have that forward momentum. Keep any arrogance in check. Be responsible for the collective good, and that's the key to be able to have sustainable success. And you may be in a period where you're going to be very influential. So keep that in mind. People are watching you, probably modeling after something that you're doing. So be a good example. I had that conversation with my kids, talking about issues they have, if someone is picking on them, are they being a good example, for other people? No. So being a good example, people are likely to model your behavior. So if you want whatever you want returned, to exist in that energy and to not be in arrogance. Don't participate in wolf pack behavior is what I want to say. That's not the time, that doesn't make you more powerful to the point of, to the point of Olivia's power word. She's just going to exist and be powerful and be a good, she's a great example of this energy. Just be a good influence through her beingness, not by starting a mean girl clique, and that everyone's got to be, strong like she is. So she's a good example of that. She's a Virgo, right?
She's a Virgo.
She's a Virgo. Virgos are so pure.
Yeah, she does have a genuine desire to make people, she doesn't want people around her to hurt or feel bad.
Oh, yeah, that's so true. She has a good perspective. It's a testament to parenting skills. But yes, this is good. I'm glad we got to catch up.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for joining us. I'm glad we got to catch up as well. Cheers to the future that's receiving this. And the Fire Horse energy ahead. I think it starts in February, like mid-February time. I forget the exact Chinese New Year. But we're certainly feeling the great vigor now. And so just start keeping yourself in check if you're starting to feel that upswing.
The gallop is beginning.
The gallop is beginning.
Gallop is beginning.
All right.
Well,
good times. If you guys want to continue this conversation inside of our closed and private Facebook group, the invitation is there for you. We are the Conscious Collaboration Collective on Facebook if you seek us out. You can find the link in the description of this episode, and follow us on all the social media. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for coming, guys. Talk to you in 5.
Talk to you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank y'all so much for listening to our podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends so they can join our circle of collaboration on this journey. You can find us on Instagram at Conscious Collaboration Podcast, on Spotify, iTunes, and Audible, to name a few. Please join us next time for another deep dive into how you can live life in more alignment. Mind, body, and business. Send us your questions and comments in our DMs or email us at consciouscollaborationpodcast@gmail.com. See you in 5 minutes.